Hey, it's Kasim with your daily Google News, and today I want to talk about the biggest missed opportunity for most small businesses, and that is retargeting. That was the best I could do with a drum roll. Retargeting. You're already getting traffic to your website. Even if you're brand new, even if you launched your website yesterday, chances are you're getting at least a little bit of traffic. And for most of you, especially the small businesses that have been around for a while, even if you've done zero online advertising, just by virtue of the way that the internet works, other people have indexed you, listed you, linked to you. You've got a Google My Business profile out there, even if you don't remember creating it. You are getting traffic to your site. You're going, to events and handing out a business card, and you're getting traffic to your website. And if you are not remarketing, choose the term you want to choose. If you're not bringing those people back into the fold, you're missing out on, I think, the single biggest opportunity when looked at through the lens of cost efficiency. Because these are people that were obviously interested in you for some reason. And, they're somewhere along the sales journey. They're somewhere in the buyer journey, and they're just not ready to buy right now today, but they might be ready to buy tomorrow. And the interesting thing about remarketing is it's effectively free advertising until they're ready to convert. It's free until they want to buy. And so you can stay in front of them for, and I like to say as long as you want to. That's not true. There's, obviously time limitations based off of how long they can be cookied or pixeled depending on the network that you're using, and how long that session ID stays intact, and how long the advertising network decides to deliver your ads, by the way, because that's another issue that you'll run into. Is if this is a highly sought after prospect, you might find that your message ends up being put on the back burner compared to other messages that the ad networks think are more relevant. So, but those caveats aside, you should be remarketing your entire audience. Your entire audience should see your ads everywhere they go. And I'm a Google guy telling you that this should be cross-network. You should be remarketing inside of Google, yes, but Facebook and AdRoll and Taboola and Outbrain and all of the ad networks that allow for robust remarketing, go set up your remarketing campaigns. And again, remarketing for the most part, depending on the network you're using, it's free until they click, and you want them to click. So step number one would be to just set up, and here's the thing, don't let it overwhelm you. I've got a really basic video that we use for remarketing across most channels, and it's great, but it's simple. It's just me talking to the camera saying, hey, you are on my website. You're obviously interested in Google ads. What's going on? And I'm something of a dork, and I think people kind of like that and resonate with my nerdiness and the fact that I just have zero self-awareness, and so it works for us. Don't let this become a thing. This shouldn't even be, a project on your slate. This is like a to-do item. Shoot a video, have an image or two, and make sure that you're pushing remarketing messaging across every single network. Now, should remarketing be more strategic than that? Sure. But all I'm saying is that's better than nothing. Much, 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 much better than nothing. It's exponentially better than nothing. Once you have that in place, then you can start to get strategic. Then the question becomes, well, what page did they go to? If you went to my YouTube ad page, then I'm going to give you YouTube remarketing instead of Google Ads remarketing. I realize that technically speaking, those are both the same thing. They live under the same umbrella, but people think about them in very different ways. And the way that the two are constructed, they're effectively two different advertising networks in a lot of ways, depending on how it is that you're using them. If somebody went to your plans and pricing page, then that's a more engaged user than somebody who's just kind of poking around on the homepage. If they went to, let's say you're an attorney and you have different practice areas, or you're a SaaS product and you have different features, you can start to deliver remarketing messages based off of how it is they engage with their site. And again, it's not hard. It's not hard. Just create a relevant message, keeping in mind that this person came and for some reason they didn't convert. That's the pro tip for you, by the way, is you can build a remarketing campaign that goes out to non-converters. And it's easy to do inside of the Google Ads dashboard. Just build an audience of converters and exclude them. So create your audience, and Google gives you the all converters audience, and then exclude that audience from your marketing campaign. And now you're only talking to the people that didn't convert. So it's the easiest initiative in the world. It's also going to be the most cost-effective campaign that you run. Our remarketing campaign doubles the efficacy of our advertising. My cost per lead would be $450 per lead if I didn't run remarketing. When we run remarketing, it cuts it in half. It cuts it down to $225, which is still a really expensive lead. In the world where we're gauging the expenditure of all leads, we actually do really well given how competitive our space is. But that's because we're running remarketing. And you get people that say it all the time. Our salespeople end up on the phone with folks who are like, gosh, you're following me around everywhere. I see you all and they're not annoyed by it. They're impressed by it. They're like, you're engaged. You're an organization that really wants my business, clearly. very often when people are doing their initial stages of research and they're just trying to learn, they're not even paying attention to the brand. They're just looking at content. Maybe they're looking at pricing. They want to see what features are included, what services you offer, what geography you're in. And they're going to make a decision later and the search starts all over again. Well, what if you don't end up at the top of the search in that particular point? You basically sold them on your services on behalf of your competitor. So please, dear God, run a remarketing campaign. They're so easy to set up. It's the easiest thing in the world to build inside of the Google Ads dashboard. You don't need super advanced media. You don't need to beat your head against the wall. Go build a basic remarketing campaign and remarket to everybody that's hitting your website for any reason or purpose. I hope I have you convinced. I hope y'all. It's a couple of minutes that you just watched, but if you actually capitalize on this particular recommendation, I'm telling you, it's going to pay dividends. This is the biggest missed opportunity you have if you're not currently running a remarketing campaign. Anyway, I hope this is helpful. I shoot a video every day. I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please give us a thumbs up. That lets YouTube know we actually know what we're doing. We shoot a video every single day. So if you want to be notified, hit that subscribe button. And if you have any input, don't hesitate to hit us up in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. We get very little human interaction. Thanks for supporting our channel, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow.